Hello there. Welcome back to another teaching video, and this one on meetings and on this special intangible ingredient to meetings. That ingredient is energy. It's an absolutely central currency for you to understand how to use in a meeting if you are in any way responsible or want to contribute to a meeting delivering. It needs energy. Now, I'm not meaning that every meeting should be a carnival. I'm not saying that every meeting should be a stand up and clap every 5 or 10 minutes. But I do think that meetings need energy to be effective. So let me just share a couple of quick things with you about energy, what to look for, and how to make sure that you're helping your meeting have the energy it needs to be productive. So in a normal meeting, if I just write the word energy here, a normal meeting goes something like this. People come in and they're at a certain level of energy, and then it comes down and it drops, and it goes down and it drops. What we want is for energy to be reasonably high and to have some fluctuation, but what we don't want is our energy in a meeting to drop too low. That's what really makes it hard for outcomes to happen. All sorts of dysfunction happens in meetings when energy gets too low. And when they come into your meeting, their energy is already pretty low, probably. They're distracted, they may come in, some people are rushing because they're a little late. They may have, if it's a Zoom meeting or Teams, they may come into the meeting and they've got whatever's going on in the last meeting in their mind or whatever's happening at home. So their energy might be pretty low. And your job, if for someone who is running the meeting, is to look to elevate the energy of the meeting, to elevate the energy of the meeting and to bring it high, So this is very important. So when you open your meeting, you want to bring an energy to it. I've got a different video on opening, and I'd recommend you have a quick look at that. So in there I provide the Tiki model, and there you've got a template for how to open a meeting. But what I didn't talk about is the energy. You'll need to bring your energy into that opening to lift your energy, to lift your presence. But here's the thing, if everyone's really low when they get into your room, virtual or real, then you want to just start a little bit lower and then draw them up. Don't come in super high if they're already low, because that's so far and the gap will be too great and you'll be out of rapport. So start a little lower, lead first, get in pacing, pace then lead. So start a little lower, and then as you're beginning to talk about the first letter, which is Tiki, from Tiki, which is tell the objectives, begin to speak more quickly, put more energy into your voice, and by the time you get to the end of the first letter, T for Tiki, in the opening, your energy should be pretty high. Your energy should be pretty high, and lift them with you. Lift them with you. And so that means that you're going to have a certain level of engagement. It means your group is less vulnerable to getting distracted. And it means that you'll be able to move decisively without rush through your agenda items. Now, as I've mentioned, energy is appropriately going to drop a little bit. It comes and it goes, comes up and goes. I want to let you know that each and every new agenda item in your meeting, I'd like to suggest you lift your energy as the facilitator and bring them up. Every agenda item is an opportunity just to fall into a heap a little bit. The gap between agenda items is an opportunity to fall down and to take this orange line down here. So that's where you want to lift them up. Some people, when we talk about energy, think about it as a wave, and we want to be riding that wave. You can imagine a surfboard rider just riding the wave as it's forming up. What they don't want to do is then wait till the wave crashes and then they're in the white water. You want to just keep the meeting moving so it's on the wave as it's forming up, rather than riding actually the wave right down and so it's crashing into the whitewater. And this is where you'll notice sometimes the meeting might become especially ponderous, might become especially slow. And if that's the case, you bring down, you're just noticing, because as the facilitator, you're looking at the process, not just the content. You're looking at the speed, not just on the topics. And so that you'll be, and that's when you want to lift it. So how do you create this lift? Well, the first and foremost way is to attend to your own energy. Make sure your own energy is lifted. Make sure your posture is up. Make sure your back, even if you're sitting, is nice and erect. Make sure that you can move your hands around, make points using your hands, modulate your voice a little bit. Speak up and then speak low. You can speak very quickly and then you can slow down a little bit. So these are the ways to lift your energy. Breathe deeply, not shallow, not up into your chest or not up into your clavicles. Breathe deeply and you can lift your energy. That's the first and foremost way to ensure that the energy of your meeting's high. But it's not the only way. Once you've done that, you can actually devise mechanisms whereby people do lift their energy. Now, this is a little more difficult unless you've got permission as a facilitator. Perhaps you want to give people moments to have a little break, to get some water, or to collect ideas in groups of 2 or 3. Anything that allows them just to turn, shift their position, talk more freely with a couple of people, then return to the big room, and whoosh, your energy's coming up again. Look for lots of ways. There's dozens of ways. I mean, if you're running a training program, you can use music, but most of you, that's not really appropriate. This is about how to run a meeting for a business meeting. And so how you then lift your energy means you just need to change your state and then do something that allows their body posture, their kind of conversations to shift and lift energy. Please attend to it. If you're running a meeting, remember, you may be the only person looking at process, the way people are talking, not just the topics on which they're talking. And if you can have in your mind, what's the energy level right now? Am I riding the wave too far down? Or do I need to pause us and shift, change a topic, and keep this energy high so it lifts up and stays high throughout the duration of the meeting, acknowledging some ups and downs. Energy. It's an absolutely crucial ingredient to an effective meeting. I don't know of anything else that is probably spoken about less than it should be, and less acknowledged than it needs to be when it comes to running effective meetings. Energy. Have fun with it. I look forward to your feedback. I hope this has been useful. Apply it today. See you soon.